Have you ever held back from trying something because you were afraid of failing? This fear is more common than you might think. It can paralyze our actions, prevent us from pursuing our dreams, and sabotage our potential. At some point, we all face the fear of failure, and it can be a powerful obstacle that keeps us from achieving great things. But what if I told you that it's possible to turn this fear into an ally rather than an enemy? In this video, I'll share practical strategies to overcome the fear of failure and use it as a springboard for success. The fear of failure, or adicophobia, runs deep in our psyche. It can stem from past experiences, limiting beliefs, and even social pressure to achieve success. From an early age, we are taught to avoid mistakes and seek perfection, which conditions us to view failure as something negative and shameful, however, failure is an inevitable part of life and growth. All the greats throughout history failed countless times before achieving success. Thomas Edison, for example, failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Each failure can be seen as a learning opportunity, a step toward the ultimate goal, rather than a permanent defeat. To overcome the fear of failure, the first step is to reframe how you view it. Instead of seeing failure as a sign of incompetence, start viewing it as an opportunity for learning. Every mistake you make can teach valuable lessons that will increase your chances of success in the long run, make a list of your past failures and then write down the lessons you learned from each of them. You will probably realize that many of these painful moments contributed in some way to your personal and professional growth. This practice helps to change the negative perception and see failures as an essential part of the journey. The fear of failure can paralyze us, but the best way to overcome it is to take action, even if it's with small steps. Often, fear is amplified by inaction. When we postpone actions out of fear of failing, we only feed our anxiety. A good way to tackle this is to break your goals into smaller tasks and focus on one step at a time, for example, if you want to start a business, begin with market research, then draft a business plan, and so on. Each step taken reduces uncertainty and makes the goal more tangible. By acting, even if scared, you train your mind to get used to the idea that it is possible to try, fail, and still move forward. When we fail, it's common to be very hard on ourselves. Practicing self-compassion can help soften the emotional impact of failure. Instead of harshly criticizing yourself for a mistake, treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a close friend who is going through a tough time, Research shows that self-compassion can improve resilience and mental health. When you accept that you are human and that failure is part of the process, it becomes easier to move on. Use self-supportive phrases like "I am doing the best I can" or "this experience is helping me grow." An effective technique to deal with the fear of failure is to practice visualization. Imagine what would happen in the worst-case scenario. What would be the consequences? How would you handle them? This helps reduce anxiety because, often, the fear of failure is exaggerated by catastrophic scenarios that rarely come true, then, visualize success. Imagine how you will feel when you achieve your goals. What will your life be like? Who will be around you? This exercise helps maintain motivation and persistence, even in the face of obstacles. Talking about your fears with someone you trust can relieve some of the pressure. Sometimes, sharing your concerns can help you realize that you're not alone and that others face similar struggles. Seek support from friends, family, or even personal development groups, Also, remember that by sharing your experiences and the lessons you've learned, you can inspire others to overcome their fears. Vulnerability can be a powerful act of courage, and when you allow yourself to be authentic, you help others feel less alone in their battles.
Often, the fear of failure is tied to a rigid definition of success. When we define success very narrowly, any deviation from the original plan can be seen as a failure. However, if you redefine what it means to be successful by considering learning and growth as integral parts of the process, the fear of failing can be drastically reduced. Think about your goals flexibly. Instead of focusing solely on the final outcome, appreciate the progress and small achievements you make along the way. This turns the fear of failure into a motivator for continuous improvement, rather than a reason to give up. The fear of failure is a natural feeling, but it doesn't have to be a permanent obstacle. With the right strategies, you can turn it into fuel for growth and evolution. Reframing how you view failure, taking action despite the fear, practicing self-compassion, and redefining success are essential steps to overcome this barrier. Remember, failure does not define who you are. It's just a step on the path to success. With each attempt, you get closer to achieving your goals, as long as you're willing to learn and keep moving forward. So, the next time the fear of failure arises, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? And use that answer as the driving force to continue your journey.